Well, today, what do we have over here? We have a brand new, this is the cheapest Mercedes-Benz you can buy. This is the cheapest SUV. This here is a Mercedes-Benz GLA. Yes, we'll talk about that very quickly, but it's very specifically, I want to talk about the cost of living crisis, because what people are dealing with. I mean, I'm browsing here on the Auto Trader, and I'm looking at the prices, and the cheapest version of this here in Canada is going for around 60. They say it starts around $53,000, $54,000, but this vehicle here is a lot more than just $50,000. To get it typically spec'd, you're in that 60 plus. And you know, definitely browsing the classifieds here, it's pretty clear to me that all the local vendors are asking similar money, high 50s, low 60s. I've seen some even more money than that. But I want to talk about the average transaction costs, what we're dealing with, and I'll show you this vehicle, what you're actually getting for the cheapest Mercedes. And then you ask yourself, is it really worth it? Is it really worth going into that level of hawk for that vehicle at that level of quality, detail, technology? You know, realistically, I shared that video here last week about why I drive my old truck. Well, there's a few reasons. Number one, it's paid for. Number two, it's reliable. Number three, I can fix it. And number four, let's face it, when something breaks, it's easy, and things just generally don't break. These new vehicles are so full of technology. And I want to do a quick walk around. I'll show you what this vehicle looks like, some of the things you're getting on the outside of this vehicle, and then some of the things, the technology on the inside. I also want to talk about the price, break this down for you, and I want to share how much that's going to cost you a month if you're buying this vehicle per month. Remember, the average transaction price right now is approximately almost $49,000. That's right, $48,000 and change for the average transaction price. And sadly, people are even taking car loans out for as much as 84 months or 7 years. But, you know, going more of a traditionalist, where I come from, I'm thinking 5 years is kind of the average car loan term that I usually go by. Interest rates on a lot of these vehicles aren't highly incentivized right now for a lot of the German vehicles. And it's no wonder Mercedes-Benz is one of these brands that is struggling. They're laying off employees every which way. They're talking about closing plants. Mercedes-Benz is struggling. So is Volkswagen, struggling. So is Porsche, VAG Group, all struggling. Because a lot of these electrified vehicles that they're trying to create are not what the customer ordered. That's not what people are looking for. But let's do a quick walk around this vehicle, and I'll share with you some of the costs, the monthly cost of this vehicle, and what you're actually getting for that money. Because realistically, you do have to really question, you know, is it worth it? Is it worth that money? And so $60,000 or more for this vehicle is really what you're looking at. So here we have the base entry-level Mercedes-Benz GLA. This comes under the hood. We get ourselves a 2-liter turbo 4, runs sideways because it's basically a front-wheel drive vehicle. If you get the 4MATIC, it does give you an optional additional drive at the back, but these come predominantly as a front-wheel drive. This one also has a 48-volt mild hybrid assist. So that's what a lot of manufacturers are doing these days, giving you a little hybrid assist, a little extra horsepower. You get an extra 13 ponies out of it on top of the base 221 horsepower. It does come with an 8-speed dual clutch gearbox, which is interesting. It's got the generator starter setup, so it's actually a lot smoother on a startup than you're getting with a lot of the old conventional start-stop systems. I mean, this is a Mercedes. Obviously, you're going to get the two-tone handles and the chrome like this, so that's kind of a nice touch. I mean, that gives you a little extra nice detail. You do get the auto fold-away mirrors, but a lot of, you know, vendors, a lot of manufacturers are all doing that these days. Let's take a look up top. You're giving a panoramic glass, but you're getting that on everything. Even Toyotas and Highlanders are coming with these types of finishing on there right now as well. You get a rear wiper on the back and LED tail lights, which is great. They do come with, you know, a fairly garden variety look set of rims, nothing really spectacular. You'll notice the brakes are just a standard disc brake on the back. And then over on the front, you get disc brakes as well. But these ones here, you'll notice pretty conventional garden variety disc and 2-pot calipers, nothing too exciting there. So realistically, you have a vehicle here that gets about 32 miles to the gallon. The parts are going to be expensive. You get adaptive LEDs, you get adaptive suspension with some of these vehicles as upgrades, and it comes with a lot of extra tricks on the outside. You know, most of which I think most manufacturers are using these days or doing these days with almost any brand, it doesn't matter. If you're driving a Toyota or Honda or a Mercedes-Benz. That's the thing, like, is this, you know, driving the cheapest Mercedes-Benz even worth the trouble when you have brands like Toyota and Honda with arguably twice the reliability, but they give you all the same features? I mean, here's a key fob. I mean, we don't really see anything too spectacular here. You do have the ability to unlock and lock, of course, and naturally, you can press and hold, you can get that. That's a nice little feature. You can also close it that way, and you are able to close this with these buttons right there. Down here, they do give you the pass-through. Of course, you do get split seats, and the center drops down as well. Here, you know, Mercedes gives you all these nice little widgets. You get this great little detail on here and some extras like that. But when you flip this up, you'll notice that there's no spare. They just get the tow hooks, which you'll probably need that on these vehicles. I noticed it looks like there's a couple hooks in there. So this is basically what you're getting in the back. And again, you can either close it there, or you can press and close and hold right here, and that basically will close that up. So that's really all you're getting. Nothing too extraordinary, nothing you're not going to find with any other garden variety vehicle these days. So Mercedes-Benz being a luxury brand, of course, that being said, this is the base cheapest SUV you can get from the brand. Is it worth it? Well, let's go inside, take a quick look around, and we'll talk about some of the numbers here shortly too, shall we? Okay, let's climb on in here, shall we? Let's take a look inside this vehicle. But before we get started in the front and look at some of the tech, I just want to show what you're getting in the back seats. You're obviously getting some nice, moderately decent quality leather. In the center there, you get a couple cup holders that flip down, and you get some nice aluminum details, some touch. You notice there's some accent lighting in there, and there's some heaters that you can adjust here as well in the back. But the real magic is actually at the front. And it does make you wonder if it's really worth it or not spending this kind of money on these vehicles. But let's just take a look. I mean, what you're kind of getting for this $60,000. You get a lot of plastic here. It does have this contrast stitching, which is kind of nice. Some interesting little unique patterns on here. Of course, you get some pre-adjustments on your seats. You get power seats, heated on both sides. Driver, passenger, lock door, lock, windows, everything like that. Now I noticed down here, this little red light, that there is the heated steering wheel. So you get a heated steering wheel in here, heated seats. It's great that way. You'll notice Mercedes now in their newer systems, they have some of these bigger screens. So this one goes actually the full width. It's actually quite nice. And you're getting, you know, their latest MBUX system, MBUX system. It's very responsive. You can go in and you can play, you can do all kinds of accent lighting and click in here and do all kinds of magic. Look at your vehicle, change manual shift. There's all kinds of fun technology. You can even look at your vehicle's details, horsepower, and all of that. And the vehicle, you can get all kinds of extras. It tells you all the statistics and health of the vehicle in general. So it's quite fun. This side over here is really just gauges, but you've got haptic controls in here, which is not everybody's loving this, but these are another point of contention. All of these technology can and will fail, and when it does, it's going to be huge money. But let's just click on there. Actually, this should be, let's just click there. No, click, and then you're actually able to scroll through here, and you can do all kinds of different screen selections, so you can kind of give yourself a unique look. And then of course you click into that, click off-road. Now it gives you a whole new look. So, you know, clearly it's kind of a neat design. You're getting a lot of this accent lighting. You can change the color of these schemes to a whole multitude of different hues and tones and brightness. You get remote, you know, wireless charging and all kinds of plugins for your phone. Some nice detail here. Some soft touch details like this are always kind of fun. And what I do like are some of these modern day vehicles don't have a lot of these buttons and knobs anymore, but this Mercedes still sort of has some of these old conventional buttons, these rocker switches, which make them more accessible. And a lot of, you know, manufacturers now are using these selectors on the dash. Not really the best scenario. Now over here, again, more of the accent lighting. It's quite a fun piece. But, you know, looking up here, we do actually have this big sunroof for panoramic glass. This glass here opens up completely. The one back there is just light, but it doesn't actually open up. So you're getting a nice package. You do get leather seats. It does feel nice overall. This is their entry-level vehicle. It doesn't have the big performance. It doesn't have all of the amenities. It's a very simple, slightly unrefined drive. But let's just take a look here. And I've got my phone, and I just want to kind of get into this because I think we have to ask ourselves if the value is there. We really do. And let me just scroll through my phone, and I'm gonna just go through this on the calculator. As you can see, I've got the calculator pulled up, and I'm gonna type in some numbers. We're gonna start with $60,000. We're gonna change this up to should we go 7%? How about 6.9%? That's not out of the ordinary. There's not a lot of huge incentives there. How about $10,000 down? I mean, that's not uncommon, and that takes you to 50 grand plus taxes. We'll select maybe California as the state, and $2,000, say title registration. Hit the enter button on that, and taxes 5% GST or state taxes. Look, that gives you $1,086. $1,086. I mean, does that represent a good deal? That's $1,100 a month. You throw on the additional cost for insurance. You know, I talked about my old truck, and I'm paying $1,000 a year. That's like $80 a month. Insurance on this vehicle is going to be probably add another $200-300 on top of the price of my truck, and then it starts to make more sense. So it's not just the price of these vehicles that people are spending on, which is significant, you know, $1,100-1,200 a month. That's on 5 years, and that's with $10,000 down. That's like 20% down roughly. And you're still looking at spending probably $1,100 a month plus the extra insurance. Now you're up to about $1,500 a month, and you see why we're in a state that we're in. Like, this is a great vehicle, it's beautiful, but get past all of the fun and all the technology. I mean, when this vehicle's out of warranty, if you have to replace this screen, I guarantee you're talking probably in $3,000 to $4,000 at least for this. There's all kinds of modules, ABS modules, power seats, heated everything. All these modules are all talking to each other, and all it takes is one module to fail. They fail, it's going to end up costing you significant dollars. So here we are in what represents the absolute lowest cost option in Mercedes, and it's costing you $1,200, $1,100 a month. And is it any wonder now, in a cost of living crisis, why people are now starting to look at this twice and saying, you know what, do I really need that? Maybe, you know, the job's unsure, the economy's not sure, taxes are up, interest rates are still kind of high. Do we need to buy this kind of vehicle right now? I just actually had a Toyota dealer reach out to me literally before I came to film this and said, hey, are you still interested in that 4Runner? And so the word has it is the newest ones are coming out. I'm hearing that they're up and around $100,000 now, at least in Canadian dollars, for a new 4Runner, the new redesign. And I told the guy straight up, I said, A, the prices are up, and B, the quality's down these days. From my perspective on Toyota, I said, no, I'm not interested. I'm good, thanks. And what I don't need to have is a $2,000 a month car payment. That's what I definitely don't need right now. And a lot of people are making that decision. Again, you know, if you have the money, if you've got the means, you're living within your means, and you need a new vehicle, hey, so be it. But a lot of people are doing what I'm doing. My old truck, I shared with you last week, and it was a very popular video because people are starting to resonate with the idea of fixing their old vehicle, fixing something that they've got. It might be put new brakes, maybe front wheel bearings, maybe put a new muffler on it, and they can get another, 3 or 4 years out of the vehicle. Why not? I mean, that's where this market is headed. Prices are rising at an alarming rate, and yet there's no relief. We're hearing all kinds of sadness here with some of these major manufacturers in Germany that they're actually struggling. They're not, Volkswagen's shutting down plants. Thousands of workers are going away. Nissan, they say they may only have 12 to 14 months left. Stellantis, they kicked out the CEO. The CEO just basically resigned, or forcefully resigned, due to a conflict with the senior board members. Everywhere you look, Toyota's struggling with quality control challenges. Their sales are down. And, global sales are tough all across the board. And so this is just where we're at right now. A lot of people are just making a decision just to keep it simple, fix what they've got, and just honestly
wait it out. Wait out the storm. Watch for interest rates to drop. Watch for more incentives. And that's what I'm saying. Watch for those incentives. They're coming. And watch for interest rates to drop. They're coming. This is all happening, but it's happening in real time. This advancement to the electrified market also has people a little scared and nervous. These new level of technology in these vehicles, now no longer will you get V6 engines in some of these vehicles. Now Mercedes are, you know, sporting a lot of turbo 2-liter engines with hybrid assist and all of these other tech. There's a lot of technology and there's a lot of things to go wrong, and a lot of people are getting nervous. They also don't have the money. They don't want to throw the money in these vehicles, and the cost of living crisis is eating them alive. So honestly, if you've got the means, take care of it, do it. You betcha, it's nice to have something new. But you know what, from my perspective, you know, I'm driving my old truck, I keep it on the road, I'm gonna keep fixing it. Even if I had to put a new engine in it, it might be another $8,000 or $9,000 and I get another 300,000 kilometers out of it. That's the way I see it. I don't know, what's your thoughts, everybody? But as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out that video. That's really gonna kind of make you wonder, all these vehicles that aren't selling, where do they actually go? Hope to see each and every one in the next one. See you real soon. Bye-bye.